Hey, I'm back. Gonna share some more CDs. Gonna continue on through my Sufjan Stevens collection. Now, I don't have all Sufjan Stevens CDs here today, but I have a feeling it's gonna be an all Sufjan Stevens day just because some of these have pretty detailed packaging, so we'll see how far I can get into it. But either way, here we have Seven Swans. This is a pretty solid album. I mean, most of Sufjan Stevens' albums are pretty strong. This one's very religion heavy. It does have kind of a admittedly churchy feel to it, I would say, but you know, it's nice, simple beauty if you're into that sort of thing. Nice kind of hand-drawn. I believe these were done by charcoal, actually. Drawings of the art and, you know, handwritten lyrics. Nice stuff like that. Little sketch of Sufjan. Some more swans on the back. Yeah, definitely a great album. This next album is his most popular album, and I'd say this is a good place to start off if you're new to Sufjan Stevens, and that is Sufjan Stevens Invites You to Come On, Feel the Illinois. A lot of classic songs. Chicago is probably his most popular song that's on this album. It was for a while trying to make an album for every 50 states. He made a whopping 2. The other one, Michigan, I only have on vinyl. I have most of his albums, at least that are available on vinyl. But there we have the lyrics and art on the back. I do like how it all joins together like that. That's always cool when they do that. Then the follow-up to Illinois is kind of an extension for it. We have The Avalanche, outtakes and extras from the Illinois album. And I definitely wouldn't really call this an album, mainly because it has, I think, like 4 different versions of the song Chicago on it, 3 or 4, something like that. So, yeah, something has, you know, a lot of repeated songs like that, you know, it kind of takes away that feel of an album. I think this is actually longer than the Illinois album. It's crazy. It's 75 minutes and 55 seconds. Does it say how long the Illinois was in total? It doesn't. But yeah, I think Illinois was a little bit shorter than that. I mean, it's alright. If you're to call this an album, it's probably my least favorite Sufjan Stevens album. But I don't really even consider it to be an album. I just kind of consider it to be kind of a compilation type deal, but I'd help if I opened it up all the way, but there's the art. There's more. There was one funny picture, if I remember correctly. Let me see. Let me open it up again just to try to... Oh yeah, I've always found that one funny. I've always liked to call that Baphomet. He was associated with Satanism. A goat man. I don't know if that's intentionally what he was going for, but that's what I like to think of that picture of as. Alright, next up we have the BQE. So this is a multimedia project. It's a film which is included with it. Usually I just watch the film instead of listening to the soundtrack. But I also had a comic book, which quite randomly I have just sitting out on my table here. Let me go grab it real quick. Sure, why the hell not? I mean, I want to focus on the CDs, but I mean, just because it's relevant, it's here. Might as well show it. Yeah, they made a comic, The Teenage Hooper Heroes. I'm not going to flip through all of it, but just to kind of give you a general idea of it. But yeah, this is about the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. The movie is about the most entertaining 40 minutes of traffic that I've ever seen. I mean that quite genuinely. I mean, it's an interesting thing to see. I think it might actually be on YouTube for free. I think it was on YouTube for free for a while at least, but that was the CD. Here's the DVD of it. Yeah, it's like a 3-panel video. I believe he used like 3 different cameras for it. He and the other people involved with it, because I think it was actually partially filmed by Sufjan's, but he got others to do it. I forgot what the things that were used to view these. I keep on meaning to get one of these. See it. It has one of these with it. Yeah, in addition to that, it has these hula hoop using cheerleaders. Drop the little disc out of it. Yeah. Just a booklet for it. Oh yeah, I also had like a big essay in there. So yeah, moving on. This is my personal favorite Sufjan Stevens album. So I did have this on CD before. It got stolen from me. And that version of a CD came with a booklet. I really wish I still had that booklet. Apparently they stopped making the CD that include the booklet. But yeah, so I just have this version of the CD without a booklet. But yeah, I describe this as the sound of Sufjan Stevens losing his mind. So he kind of bounces around genres, and early on in his career, he released an electronic album that not very many people heard at the time of the release of this. And yeah, then he kind of did the indie folk thing for a while, and then he released this, which, kind of bastardizes his music with, glitchy electronic sounds. And it's the first time he dropped the F-bomb in a song. He drops the F-bomb, I think, like 18 times, and I Want to Be Well. As like this 25-minute closer, Impossible Soul with auto-tune, and a bunch of weird, crazy stuff going on. I love this album, and yeah, I describe it as the sound of Sufjan Stevens losing his mind, because he was like going through insomnia and like dealing with a lot of pain from health issues he was going through and stuff like that during it. So it was interesting. So this will probably be my last one because it's going to take me a minute to get through it. But we have Sufjan Stevens' Convocations. So this is a 5-album collection. It's all instrumental. I've listened to all of them at least once, a few of them like twice. I kind of listen to them like in order as I feel like listening to it. And yeah, I haven't quite got to the point where, I felt like listening to everything on here twice yet. But yeah, it's 5 CDs in total. I do rather like all the different colors that are involved in it. I mean, it's pretty simple detail to include, and yet I like it, So I'm going to try to not accidentally show you something twice. And still keep them all in order, because I do kind of like them to be like that. I don't need to show you all the individual discs, I guess, because, they all look the same. And yeah, because that took quicker than I thought it was going to take, I guess I might as well show you one more album, just to bring a little bit of variety to this, so it's not an all Sufjan Stevens day. We have Strong Bad and Other Type Hits. obviously I have this on vinyl too. This is one of the funnier things that I have in my collection. I mean, it's cheesy, but some of y'all might remember the classic Homestar Runner website with strong bad emails. And yeah, this is like a collection of all the music from it. So, of course, we have the book and a lot of references to a lot of the fictional bands within that universe. And we got a limousine seat or limousine sticker. I think it's kind of funny how it's on this burned Videlectrix Media disc. I believe that was a fictional company within Homestar Runner, but I can't really remember for sure. But yeah, funny stuff. Something that you just gotta have if you're a Homestar Runner fan like I am. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna show you for today, and I'll show you some more next week.